I am speaking with great strength from on high right now, because something serious is drawing near to your life, and I want you to awaken before it touches your peace. Beloved child, pause in this moment and do not quickly let your mind run elsewhere. I am not calling you with a distant whisper, nor am I placing this word before you as something fleeting in an ordinary day. I am drawing you back with the love of a father who sees a fierce wind moving toward his child. If I remain silent, you may step into it unprepared. If I do not warn you, you may open the door to something that does not come from the light. Therefore, I speak to you with urgency, not to make you tremble, but to make you alert. Because there is a great distance between fear and watchfulness. Fear throws you into confusion, but watchfulness makes you discerning. Fear pushes you into haste, but watchfulness brings you back into peace and wisdom. You are not reading these words by accident. There are moments in life arranged like a bell in the mist, so that the one who is walking may stop before wandering into a dangerous path. I have placed your attention here at this very hour, not because you are weak, but because you are loved. You may not yet see what is coming, but I see it. You may not yet hear the sound behind sweet words, but I hear it. You may not yet recognize the movement hidden beneath the ordinary appearance of an opportunity, a meeting, an invitation, a rushed decision, or a person who seems familiar. But I know what stands behind it. Therefore, I do not want you to continue with the weary eyes of habit. I want you to see with discernment, to listen with a quiet heart, and to walk with my protection covering you. What is trying to enter your life does not always carry a frightening face. Some harmful things do not come with a roar, but with a smile. Some traps do not open in obvious darkness, but cover themselves with an appearance that seems reasonable, convenient, attractive, and timely. It may appear as an offer that makes you think you have finally received an answer. It may come as a connection that makes you feel noticed, while in truth it is pulling you away from peace. It may be a financial decision, a promise, a shortcut, or a conversation that seems harmless but plants within you unrest, doubt, pride, or impatience. My child, not every open door is a door I want you to walk through. Not everything that arrives at the exact moment you desire it is something I have prepared. Therefore, slow down. Do not let impatience decide for you. Do not let lack make you receive what is not pure. Do not let loneliness cause you to grasp a hand that does not lead you into peace. I have built many good things within you through long, quiet seasons, patience, humility, endurance, wisdom after tears, and a faith that has been tested many times yet has not gone out. What is coming wants to disturb what I have built. It wants you to act in haste before praying. It wants you to answer before considering. It wants you to open your heart before recognizing the signs. It wants you to mistake excitement for guidance, opportunity for destiny, noise for a calling. But I am standing between you and that thing, saying, look more closely, listen more deeply, wait in me a little longer. I know you have grown weary of waiting. I know there are times when you want change to come quickly, so quickly that anything new that appears makes you hopeful. I do not blame you for longing to feel lighter. to see a way open, to be loved, to be supported, to step out of a heavy season. But beloved child, the more deeply you desire something, the more deeply you need discernment. For there are things that take advantage of your thirst and offer you water that does not give life, but creates dependence. There are voices that use your pain to make you believe you must choose now. Go now. Speak now. Agree now. Or else you will lose everything. But what comes from me does not need to manipulate you with panic. What comes from me may be urgent, but it still carries purity. What comes from me may prompt you, but it does not rob you of peace. Look back over the recent days, and you will recognize that I have reminded you in many ways. A lack of peace when you thought about something, a heaviness after a conversation, a small sign that caused you to pause, a warning from someone you did not expect, a delay that seemed inconvenient but was actually a fence of protection. You may have ignored those things because you wanted matters to unfold according to your own will, or because you feared that if you refused, you would lose your only opportunity. But I say to you, what truly belongs to you will not need to pull you away from uprightness. A true blessing will not require you to trade away your peace. The path I open will not demand that you betray the light within your heart. Now, I want you to lay everything down before me. Lay down the name of the person who is making your heart troubled. Lay down the opportunity that is making you uncertain. Lay down the decision that is pressuring you to hurry. Lay down the message you intended to send, the words you intended to speak, the step you intended to take while your heart was not truly clear. You do not need to give an answer in haste. You do not need to prove you are strong by entering a place that has not yet been illuminated. Let me show you what needs to wait, what needs to stop, what needs to be avoided, and what needs to be tested by time. Wisdom is not weakness. Slowing down is not failure. Knowing how to pause before an uncertain threshold may be the very way I save you from years of pain. Beloved child, I am raising my call because you are precious to me. I do not want your peace to be stolen after so many seasons in which you have fought to find it again. I do not want you to give your heart to something that only knows how to take. I do not want you to place your future in the hands of promises without foundation. I do not want you to step into a bond that later makes you weep to be free from it. I do not want what I have healed within you to be reopened by a choice lacking discernment. Therefore, remain under my covering. Let this warning become a shield before it has to become a painful lesson. But do not think that I come only with warning and without a way forward. I will guide you if you are willing to listen. I will make what is unclear become clear if you do not try to force everything according to your own will. I will cause what is false to reveal itself, cause impure motives to no longer remain hidden, and cause your heart to recognize what is true peace and what is only temporary excitement. Pray before you answer. Sleep on the decision if your heart is still unsettled. Seek counsel from someone upright. Observe the fruit of the matter, not only its promise. Remember that what belongs to the light will not fear being examined by wisdom. I am near to you in this hour. I do not leave you alone before what is coming. My hand still covers your home, your steps, your mind, and the things you do not yet know how to name. Receive the watchfulness I am giving you. Do not panic, but do not take this lightly either. Do not doubt my love, simply because my word today is strong. A kind father does not only comfort when his child is hurting, he also warns when his child is about to step into danger. Return to peace. Close the door that does not bear my mark. Keep your heart pure, your words slow, and your decisions illuminated. And when you do this, you will see that what seemed ready to shake your life could not pass through the hedge of protection I built around you with my steadfast love. You must understand that not everything that enters your life is truly meant to remain with you. And discernment is the shield I am placing in your hand in this very hour. Listen carefully, beloved child, because this moment is not as ordinary as it appears. There are times in life when everything on the outside still seems normal. People still talk and laugh. Work still continues. Days still pass. Yet, beneath that surface, a very deep movement is quietly taking place. This is one of those moments. Your attention today may determine whether you step into peace or into a new cycle of confusion. Therefore, I invite you to stop. Breathe more slowly. Lay down haste. And receive my word with an undistracted heart. What you ignore does not disappear because of that. Sometimes the very thing that is overlooked becomes the doorway through which unnecessary pain enters. I have seen you pass through a season of uncertainty, where many times you wondered whether you were moving in the right direction. At times you kept walking, yet your heart was not truly steady. At times you smiled, while inside you were full of questions. At times you stood among many people and still felt as though no one understood the burden you were carrying. I know your silent battles. I know the things you do not say because you fear being misunderstood. I know the decisions you have had to weigh in silence. The nights when you wondered whether you were missing a sign, and the moments when you felt you could only hold yourself together with the last bit of strength you had. That is why I am intervening now. I will not let you step into something important without guidance. I will not leave you alone before crossroads that may affect your peace, your growth, and the things I am preparing for you. Do not misunderstand this warning as punishment. This is not a trap set for you to stumble, nor is it a rebuke meant to make you bow your head in guilt. This is a refining test of your watchfulness, of your ability to recognize my voice among the many voices pressing in around you. Some tests do not come in forms that are great or frightening. They come very quietly, very normally, very easily dismissed. An invitation that sounds harmless, a choice that seems insignificant, a sudden feeling that pulls you away, a hasty reaction before you have had time to pray. All of these can become the starting point of a chain of events that draws you away from peace. I do not want you to see only the surface. I want you to see with discernment lit from within. There is a pattern you need to recognize, because it has appeared in your life before. At first, it is not loud. It does not come with a great warning sound. It often begins with something very small. A slight compromise, a feeling of curiosity, a weariness that makes it easier for you to loosen your boundaries, or a need for comfort that causes you to ignore what your heart already sensed was not right. Then, little by little, that small thing grows. It begins to take space in your thoughts, pulls you away from focus, makes you lose your peace, causes you to react more than listen. And eventually you realize you have moved far from the place where I wanted you to stand firm. This time, I do not want you to repeat that cycle. You have learned enough through old seasons of pain. You do not need to walk through the same lesson with a new wound. What is coming toward you only has power if you give it power. And that permission often does not happen through one great decision, but through very small moments, when you are distracted, when you let emotions lead the way, when you answer too quickly, when you ignore the faint unrest in your heart, when you want to prove something to others, or when you are too tired to guard your awareness. You are stronger than what is trying to approach you. But strength is not enough if it is not joined with clarity. A person may have great endurance and still step wrongly if he refuses to stop and listen. A heart may be full of good intentions and still be pulled off course if it cannot distinguish between guidance and noise disguised as reason. Therefore, I call you to slow down your reaction. Do not answer immediately, just because emotions are rising. Do not step in immediately just because something looks appealing. Do not nod in agreement immediately just because you fear disappointing someone. Do not return to an old path simply because it is more familiar than the new one. Listen more deeply to what is happening in the quiet part of you, where I often place signs that are very subtle, yet very real. When something makes you feel that it is not right, do not quickly call it needless anxiety. There are feelings that do not come from confusion, but from protection. There are forms of unrest not meant to disturb your mind, but to keep you from what could wound you. This time, honor that signal. Bring it before me, before you act. I speak to you through that quiet knowing. I do not always speak with thunder. Many times I place within you a soft but clear awareness, a feeling you cannot fully explain, a gentle restraint in your heart, a spacious peace when you are walking in the right direction, or a heaviness when you are about to step into what is not meant for you. Do not despise those small signs. They have often kept you from places where you did not belong. They have often caused you to hesitate before doors that seemed open, yet inside did not carry life. I do not want you to live in suspicion of everything, but I want you to live awake, tender to guidance, and humble enough to admit that not everything you like is best for you. There will be people around you who do not fully understand what you are going through. Some will tell you not to think too much. Some will urge you to act faster. Some will offer advice based on their experience. But their experience is not always aligned with the road I am opening for you. Advice may come from many directions, but not all advice carries truth. Not every voice agrees with the purpose I have placed within you. Not every agreement is a sign of what is right. You must learn to separate noise from guidance, pressure from wisdom, haste from my timing, and what appears good from what is truly meant for you. This begins by keeping your connection with me in this very moment. I am not far from you. I am not standing at the end of the road, leaving you to struggle your way toward me. I am closer than you think, near in every breath, every hesitation, every sigh you have not yet spoken aloud. I am working to keep you upright on the path appointed for you. There are things I am blocking that you have not yet seen. There are connections I am slowing down so that you have time to recognize their true nature. There are doors I have not allowed to open because what is inside is not yet safe. There are delays that are not meant to disappoint you, but to protect you from receiving something before it has been purified and set in proper order. The seriousness of this moment lies not only in what is about to come, but in how you respond. If you react in haste, you may step into a cycle that slows your growth. If you let emotion control you, you may say or choose something that disturbs your peace. If you ignore the inner reminder, you may have to learn again a lesson that I am trying to help you pass through by wisdom instead of tears. But if you listen, if you stand firm, if you do not let haste pull you away, if you trust what I am showing you, you will pass through this situation without being shattered. You will come out more whole, more discerning, stronger, and with a clearer understanding of the value of obeying my voice in things that seem small. So let your heart become still. Beloved child, do not let the world rush you to run when I am telling you to stop. Do not let fear make you cling to what I am gently telling you to release. Do not let loneliness make you open the door to anything merely because it temporarily eases your emptiness. You are loved too deeply to receive what is unworthy of your peace. You are called to a purity too high to compromise with things that make your heart heavy. You are guided by me. And when you are willing to listen, I will not let you wander into the shadows of confusion. I am speaking more clearly in this hour because I want you to move forward with clarity, not confusion. I want you to choose from a place of peace, not from a place of fear. I want you to act from wisdom, not from old wounds. Offer me every feeling of unrest, every question, every hesitation, every invitation, every opportunity, and every connection that is making your heart troubled. I will show you what to keep, what to release, what to wait for, and what to walk away from. When you place your attention on me, confusion will gradually lose its voice. When you keep your heart near me, you will recognize that protection does not always come through a door slamming shut. Sometimes it comes through a very gentle reminder, slow down. My child, look more carefully, and let me lead you through this in peace. There is a shift taking place around you, quiet, yet full of power, subtle, yet not weak at all. And I want you to recognize it before you step into the choices being placed before you. Beloved child, not every change arrives with a loud noise. Some deep movements begin with a very small difference in the atmosphere, a slightly changed tone in a conversation, a door unexpectedly opening a little, an invitation arriving at a time you did not expect, or an emotion rising more strongly than usual and making you stop to wonder why your heart is reacting this way. Do not take these signs lightly. Do not quickly brush them aside as mere fatigue, imagination, or a passing feeling. There are things I allow you to sense before you understand them, so that you do not step into the wrong thing simply because its outward appearance seems reasonable. This movement is not random, and it has not come without purpose. It belongs to a moment when I once gently reminded you to stay awake. You are standing in a stage where the surface of things is not enough to reveal the whole truth. There are things that appear to be opportunities, yet inside, they carry a haste that causes you to lose peace. There are words that sound like encouragement, but beneath them is pressure trying to move you faster than the rhythm in which I am leading. There are doors opening, but not every open door is one I want you to walk through. Therefore, I tell you to look deeper. Look with the wisdom that has been forged through seasons when you stumbled, were disappointed, And learn not to trust everything just because it arrives in a beautiful form. I want you to slow down the flow of your thoughts. Do not let your mind run ahead of peace. Do not let the fear of missing out pressure you into saying yes to something about which your inner being is still not at rest. Do not let others place a deadline on your obedience, as though you must decide immediately for the opportunity to remain. My child, what truly comes from me will not force you to trade your stillness in order to keep it. What I give may require courage. It may invite you to step out of what is familiar, but it will not crush the peace within you through dark pressure. I do not lead you through panic. I do not corner you and tell you to choose in fear. My call may be strong, but it is not chaotic. My guidance may be urgent, but it does not cause you to lose the ability to hear what is right. Therefore, before you move, pause it. Not because you are weak, and not because you lack decisiveness, but because that pause can become a small altar where your heart is set before me again. In that pause, the noises outside will lose some of their power. In that pause, rushed promises will reveal their true nature. In that pause, what is trying to pull you away in frenzy will no longer hide so easily. And it is within that pause that you will hear me more clearly. You will recognize what carries life and what carries only temporary attraction. You will distinguish my opening of a way from the pressure of circumstances. You will know which invitation requires trust and which trap is decorated as opportunity. There is also something within you being tested in this season, your ability to trust the quiet knowing I have placed inside you. Instead of trusting only what your eyes can see. Many times before, you ignored your inner sense because everything on the outside seemed fine. You convinced yourself that you were thinking too much, that you should not be so sensitive, that you should go along with it so things would be easier. But there were times when you later realized that your first uneasiness was not without reason. There were times when you looked back and understood that I had reminded you very gently. But you ignored it because you did not want to disappoint others, did not want to lose an opportunity, did not want to face the truth. I do not remind you of this to blame you. I remind you so you can see that you have learned. And now, you are being called to live differently. You have grown, even on days when you did not recognize it. You are no longer the person of old seasons, the one who only reacted according to fear, the one easily pulled along by praise, promises, pressure, or a feeling of lack. You have passed through enough to understand that not everything that comes quickly comes rightly. Not everything that sparkles carries true light. Not everyone who speaks beautiful words has an upright heart toward you. Your understanding has grown deeper than before. And that is grace. But it is also responsibility. When I give you clearer discernment, I also invite you to act with greater maturity. When you know a path is no longer aligned with your peace, you cannot keep walking into it simply because old habits still feel familiar. The patterns that once guided you in the past are no longer allowed to rule your present. You no longer have to rush to explain yourself to everyone. You no longer have to say yes when your heart is being pulled down. You no longer have to chase approval in order to feel valuable. You no longer have to step into things that make you uneasy because you fear loneliness, loss, or being misunderstood. I have brought you through seasons of refinement, not so you would return to living by the same old reactions. I have taught you to listen, taught you to wait, taught you to discern, taught you to recognize the difference between peace and numbness, between faith and recklessness, between mercy and placing yourself back where you can be wounded again. So, if something is coming toward you with excessive urgency, let it stand before my peace. If any invitation makes you feel that you must betray the deep voice within your heart, bring it before me, before you answer. If a conversation makes you feel heavy, even though the outward words seem right, pay attention. If an opportunity opens but pulls you away from purity, uprightness, and the values I have placed within you, have the courage to stop. You do not need to prove that you are strong by walking through every door. Sometimes true strength is standing still until I speak clearly. Sometimes the most beautiful obedience is not moving quickly, but refusing to move when your heart has not yet been confirmed by me. I am teaching you to walk as one who has been made new. One who has been made new no longer chooses only by sight, only by passing emotion, only by outward attraction. That person learns to place everything under the light, to listen to peace, and to allow time to test what is being presented. Beloved child, what is meant for you will not be destroyed simply because you pray more. Consider more, and wait longer to hear me more clearly. What is true will withstand the light. What is right will not require you to lose yourself in order to hold on to it. What comes from me will not draw you away from me. Trust the maturity I have built within you. Trust that the old seasons of pain were not meaningless, because they taught you to look deeper, listen more carefully, walk more slowly, and choose more wisely. Trust that I do not leave you alone before these crossroads. I am in your pause. I am in the peace that gently lifts you. I am in the alertness that keeps you from being fully comfortable with what is wrong. I am in the clarity that will come when you become still long enough not to be overpowered by pressure. So, my child, pause before you step. Bring everything to me. Let peace stand as the gatekeeper over your choices. And when I give you confirmation, you will not walk in confusion, but in the steadiness of one who knows that he is being led by the one whose love never leads him down the wrong path. I do not speak to you in confusion, nor do I leave you alone among choices that trouble your heart. Beloved child, I am guiding you step by step, not always through a loud echo or a clear sign before your eyes, but many times through a very gentle slowing in your heart, through a feeling of hesitation, through a quiet space that keeps you from rushing as you once did. When you feel that something is not truly peaceful, do not be quick to brush it aside as weakness. There are times when hesitation is the fence I have raised to protect you from unnecessary pain. It is better for you to stand still in a little uncertainty and wait for clearer light than to rush forward merely because you fear missing something, only to carry wounds later that could have been avoided. I know you may be feeling pressure from many sides. It may be the voice of others, the expectations placed on your shoulders, circumstances that seem to be pushing you to decide immediately, or the fear that if you do not act at once, every opportunity will pass by. But hear me, your life was not created to be controlled by the urgency of others. Not every push comes from wisdom. Not every open door carries peace. You are allowed to stop. You are allowed to take a step back. You are allowed to look closely, pray more deeply, and let your heart become still before choosing. That space is not useless delay, it is where clarity is nurtured, where my voice becomes easier to recognize, where you learn to distinguish between outward attraction and what truly fits you within. Therefore, learn to honor the peace I place within you. If something requires you to lose your deep inner rest, look again. If an invitation makes you shrink yourself, slow down. If a path demands that you enter it through fear instead of faith, let me shine more light before you set your foot there. I do not want you to live in endless suspicion, but I do want you to walk awake. I do not want you to close yourself off to every new thing, but I want you to recognize what comes from my leading and what is only outside noise.